Across this great nation, almost everyone has been affected in one way or another by this terrible tomato onslaught. Mrs. Williams, I understand your husband is missing.
Yes,
Do you think he's dead?
Well,
Will you miss him? Will you marry again? Put him laying in a ditch somewhere, like with both his legs calling your name. You will have to find another man, you know. You're no spring chicken.
Lives are shattered. The nation is in chaos. Death and destruction sweeps the country. Foursquare Productions presents perhaps the funniest film ever made. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. You've never seen a film like it. This is the incredible story of the world's ultimate disaster. Vicious, man-eating tomatoes grow to monstrous proportions. Faced with this unprecedented menace, the president calls upon Mason Dixon, special agent. Aided by his trusty sidekick, Dixon begins to unravel the terrifying mystery of the deadly tomatoes. Dixon is getting close, too close for someone, or something. Who could it be? The girl reporter? The ad executive? The press secretary? Or does it go higher? Join Mason Dixon in a race against time as he battles to save the world from the threat of nature's perfect eating machine, the Killer Tomato.
Ain't no time to make a fuss. Gotta get those tomatoes before they get us.
You've never seen anything like it.
Welcome, boys and ghouls, to another installment of Monster Mike's Mayhem. On today's special summer installment, I thought I'd like to talk about a 1978 cult classic, none other than Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. All you monsters out there probably didn't know that Monster Mike is a big fan of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I have accumulated over the past 20 years of one of the largest collections of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes memorabilia you've ever seen. As I get into this rest of the year, I'm probably going to show you guys out there in Monsterland some of my awesome pieces I've acquired in the last 20 years of collecting this memorabilia. Very, very cool. In case in point, in front of you is a very ultra rare 1991 Attack of the Killer Tomatoes video store display blow-up. These blow-ups were given out in 1991 at your local video stores, kiddies, to promote the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes that hit VHS back in the day. We're talking over 35 years ago these VHS tapes came out. They were, it was like a commercial bomb back in 1978. And of course, if you guys didn't know, one of the actors in the film, a little tidbit of information for all you monsters out there, his last name is Willard, I believe. He was in a scene where the helicopter is coming down to land in a cornfield, like some kind of a vacant bean field or something. He was going to interview some of these like military men that are fighting the tomatoes on the tomato front. And he actually literally got in a horrible wreck. The entire helicopter crashed into the ground, almost killing him. I'm not kidding you. And it is still in the film to this day. He allowed them to keep it in the film. So if you ever watch 1978 cult classic Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, you see that famous scene where the helicopter goes down and crashes. That is real, folks, out there in Monsterland. Just a little bit of information for all you thirsty monsters out there. I want to give you knowledge about these cult classic gems of these movies back in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s. Back to this beautiful 1991 blow-up video store display promotional. This was given out to video stores, and what it is, it's just a giant, you know, inflatable, you know, kind of like a beach ball Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, giant tomato to hang, and there's the little hanger hole right there, and there's not much to talk about. It's got a little bit of a, you can see the greenery, it's like it's all made of vinyl, you know, and it's just a big tomato about the size, a little bit bigger than a medium or large beach ball. And they would hang this up in your local video store, 91, to promote the VHS release. Now, media put it out in like 1987 or something, and about 6 or 7 years later, 91, I believe Rhino Video put it out. I do have the Rhino Video DVD box set with the mini poster and all that in my collection. There's not much else I can say about this. I mean, this thing is ultra rare. I mean, I have video store blow-ups, which I will be showing on this channel, so stay tuned. I'm going to show you some extremely rare video store promotional and movie theater promotionals on this channel coming up in the future. So stay tuned, all you monsters out there in Monsterland. This thing is gorgeous. I had not ever seen one, but heard about them in 1998 when I started collecting VHS tapes. When I was about, I think I would have been maybe 25 or 26. I was a middle-aged man. I was, you know, younger, of course. And maybe between 94 and 99, I was collecting VHS tapes. And this guy in an old flea market told me that these existed. And I said, you got to be kidding me. I have to get my hands on one. For 20 to 25 years, I looked for this Enigma, this unicorn, for 20 plus years. And back in 2022, they were auctioning one of these off. It was deflated. It was laying there on the auction for $350 starting bid. Of course, I could not match the price. It went for like $500 back in 2022. Couple of years later, fast forward a few weeks ago, this was up $99 or best offer. I immediately jumped on it and offered this guy $50. He refused. He said, no, this is ultra rare. I got to have more. And it is true. It is very, very rare, folks. If you don't know about these video store promotional blow-ups, they're very hard to, like the Ghoulies toilet from Ghoulies 2, stuff like that. That stuff is extremely rare. So I came back with another offer. We met in the middle, about $70. So I got this for 70 plus shipping. This thing got to my doorstep, and I spent about 25 minutes blowing this up. I'm not kidding. I don't know if I just don't have enough air or something in my lungs. I kept blowing and blowing this silly thing. Got it completely blown up. Now, in my basement, it's a cool 65 degrees all the time and hardly any light down here. So it does look a little crinkly because the air kind of is pushing outward. So now my Friday the 13th part, my Friday the 13th, 1988 blow up for the video stores in 88, it's got more air in it, but I think it might have a little bit of I don't know, something going on with it, but I think it's gorgeous. I love it. I couldn't believe after 25 years I got this in my Attack of the Killer Tomatoes collection, plus for my, movies and all that kind of stuff that I love to collect. So that's a little tidbit of information. Old Monster Mike loves to collect Killer Tomato stuff. I don't care if it's action figures, pencil toppers, beach towels, lunch boxes, masks, child's costumes, all kinds of stuff. I have everything you can think of. I will be, like I said, stay tuned, hold on to your butts. I am going to come out with more videos on Killer Tomato merch in the next couple of months. You guys are going to see some cool Killer Tomato merch. Probably not seen anywhere else. I have been scouring the internet and the United States and other countries to find this stuff. You'd be amazed what you can find if you really dig and look. And I'm not exaggerating when I say this thing is like $500. I mean, these things go for some serious money. I got mine for $70. I'm extremely happy with my purchase. So, I know you guys are hungry for more video content. So please, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe. And until next time, kiddies, stay tuned and get monstified.
Across this great nation, almost everyone has been affected in one way or another by this terrible tomato onslaught. Mrs. Williams, I understand your husband is missing.
Yes,
Do you think he's dead?
Well,
Will you miss him? Will you marry again? What if he's laying in a ditch somewhere, like with both his legs calling your name? You will have to find another man, You're no spring chicken.
Lives are shattered. The nation is in chaos. Death and destruction sweeps the country. Foursquare Productions presents perhaps the funniest film ever made. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. You've never seen a film like it. This is the incredible story of the world's ultimate disaster. Vicious man-eating tomatoes grow to monstrous proportions. Faced with this unprecedented menace, the president calls upon Mason Dixon, special agent. Aided by his trusty sidekick, Dixon begins to unravel the terrifying mystery of the deadly tomatoes. Dixon is getting close, too close for someone, or something. Who could it be? The girl reporter? The ad executive? The press secretary? Or does it go higher? Join Mason Dixon in a race against time as he battles to save the world from the threat of nature's perfect eating machine, the Killer Tomato.
Ain't no time to make a fuss. Gotta get those tomatoes before they get us.
Tomato.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. You've never seen anything like it.